Hi all, so welcome back, and my name is Kriti Tiwari. So today we are gonna do some basics, okay? And I thought I've been teaching a lot of my students, and then every time I have to go by some basics, right? So I thought I'll just record this video, and so that every one of you can be basically make a use of it, right? And then whoever joins me for one-on-one sessions or my group classes, I'll be able to share this, and then I thought I'll just put it on maybe YouTube so that other people also can be benefited from this. I know there's a lot of content over how to make this color wheel, so if you occupy yourself with all the available contents on social media, you will be able to make use of this, right? I'm going to tell you my version of this one, how I make it and how I make use of this or name this and everything. Okay, so I'll be using doing this. And to make this, we are going to use the Chitrapat paper. So this paper is basically 440 GSM rough paper, and it's handmade paper. I have the last sheet of this booklet left. I have a lot of new booklets, but then yeah. So we'll be using this one, okay? And because I don't need a lot of space, what I'll do is I'll just secure it from sides so that it is not moving, and I can make it, right? It's just not moving a lot. You just have to remember that. Okay. And now I need something to make a circle. To make a circle, I have my circle scale that I'll make use of this one. Okay. So. And as I go further into this class, I'll be talking a lot about colors theory and everything. But this is the basic, and I thought it's just high time that I should be making this one. So yeah, here I am and making this tutorial for you guys. So what I have done is I have to divide the circle in half and half. This half doesn't look good, so what I'll do is I'll just erase it and then maybe draw another line. So it is a perfect division. Okay. You can use anything that you have right at your place to make a circle, maybe a bowl, plate, any empty box. If you have rounder, then yeah, perfect, go for it. Right? So anything that you can get your hands on. Okay, so before we move into this, I'm just gonna talk about it. So this primary color wheel, like a primary, secondary and tertiary color wheel. This color wheel has like 12 triangle, these small triangle shaped, right? And then we need some colors for this. Like importantly, 3 colors we are talking about. We are talking about red, blue and yellow. Now when you say red, blue and yellow, what red, blue and yellow I'm talking about, right? Sorry. So we'll be looking for some pure pigments here, okay? And before we get into this color combination and what color we have to use, I will just do a short partition over here. This whole circle should have 12 partitions, okay? And I'll be numbering them so that it is easy for me to talk, and then you can also understand this. Okay, each of these quadrants, so this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, 3 and 4. Each of this quadrant should have 3 partitions I'm looking for in each quadrant, okay? So we'll start with this first one, and if you see, I am just extending it to the quadrant opposite to it so that the symmetry is maintained. Okay, this, and then here also. I'm doing this with pencil. If you are comfortable, you want to do pen so that it's segregated by a border, you can do that also, or you can use tapes like this. I think washi tapes like this. Okay, these are like very thin tapes, right? So you can make use of these also. Okay, I'm not gonna do that, but you can do it. Okay, so now for the colors, right? So you can go for any brand that is available with you. For my classes, I have been doing this a lot, and I'm suggest good home brand for at least for Indians, right? I go with my favorite camel artist watercolor because they are on a cheaper side. They are good. So all the practice that I do, right, I do mostly with these. For my commercial projects, for my commissioned work, Then I go for artist grade supplies like Serene, white nights. My go-to is white nights. So these are the three colors that I will be using. So I'll be using permanent blue, carmine and gum wash. You can also use cadmium, rose or crimson and phthalo blue instead of these three. Okay, all these three works. So we'll just start by using these and then do the color wheel. Okay. So in order to do the color wheel, what I also recommend is to name these quadrants, like number these quadrants, so it is easy for us to discuss what color we want to put where. Okay. So let's start by, this is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so these are my little triangles, and what we are doing is in the quadrant 12 we are putting, and I'm gonna, so you can use a palette if you are comfortable, not comfortable directly. I will be making use of this as my palette, and I'm gonna put directly colors in here. For the first timers, I recommend you to go and use a palette. Okay. Then this is my 4 and I use blue. So for my blue I have this eighth one. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now take your small size brush, the brush, whatever brush you have, and we fill these triangles with these colors. Okay. So this is my yellow primary color that I'm using. The quantity of color that I took was too much. You can basically take it from pan directly or from your palette. Okay. Now I am washing my brush and we'll do crimson carmine over here. Okay. So this is a little bit of water, not too much water, in their purest form. Right? Not diluted much. So I'm just doing it, and I'm not toning it down also, right? So I'm just using the color as it is, that was taken out of the tube by mixing it with a little bit of water. I want to maintain that vibrancy. Okay, washing my brush, and then I'm doing this blue. So we are doing move over here. Okay, so done. So these are our primary colors. Okay, so if I want to mention it somewhere, what I'll do is I'll just mention. Let me just take this out so that I can turn my paper. It is easier for me that way to write also. Okay, so then quadrant 12, 4, 8. So like triangle number 12, 4, 8 is my primary color. Okay, then we are mixing. So what we are doing is we are mixing the colors now. Yeah, apparently I did take out my palettes. Don't worry. So what we are doing now is, so I will start with this one, this shade, the yellow and crimson caramine, right, whatever you are using. So we take equal quantity of both the colors. So let's say that I've taken this gomboge or cadmium yellow over here, right, and then I'll take the same quantity of caramine. Same quantity of caramine, and I'm basically mixing both the colors. Just take a little bit of water so that mixing is easy and then blending is also smooth. Okay, done. Right now what we have to do is the triangle on which is closer to the red side will have more of red color, and the one that is on closer to yellow will have more of yellow color. Okay, so this is like more red here, and so you can do all this mixing directly on your palette instead of on the paper. That comes handy. And then yellow, right? So I did take yellow, but it's a very small quantity of yellow, and the quantity of crimson caramine is high. Okay, so what is the difference? The shade on this side, third, is darker than the shade on second. Okay, and now I will be mixing more yellow here. So lot of yellow, okay, lot of yellow and a bit of red, okay, and then we mix both of them together. Okay, so the color on the left hand side of this one is a little bit lighter. Okay, now you see that the color wheel is forming, right? So that's the transition from yellow to red. Okay, now we'll do yellow and blue, and then we'll come back to this one. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to mix my yellow with my blue. So I recommend, if you can like watch and then do together, and if you think the speed is fast, right, you can basically slow the speed or just hit the pause button, complete that portion, and then run it again. Okay, so this is what I have when we are mixing yellow and blue together. Okay, this is the green we get. Now what I have to do, I have to mix more blue in here, more blue. So what it gives me darker version of that green that we did just now, right? Yeah, darker version of the green. Okay, it is still green, but it's the darker version of that green. Right? So the shade here is one shade darker. Okay, see this. So this is one shade darker. Okay, now for this one, what we have to do is I have to take more of yellow. So more of yellow I am dropping like this to show you guys, and a bit of blue, a very small quantity of blue. Okay, and then we blend it with blot water nicely. Okay, nice. So I have already 2 lessons like done earlier. I think 3 of them done earlier. One is of the brush exercises. part 1, part 2, and then I have another one which is beginner friendly practices, like washes on watercolor, right? Sorry. Okay, so now the last one, we are mixing blue and crimson, right? So this is my blue over here, and I have my crimson over here, right? And I'm mixing both of them together. Take a bit of water. So every time I take water, I go back to my cotton cloth and dab it, right? Because I don't want that drop of water to fall here and then create bloom. If you don't know what is bloom, bloom is something that will happen when I drop a water onto my paint. Okay, so let me take a grabber of paper. So for example, let's say that this is my color, okay, and I accidentally go and drop a water here. See this, right? So the one that is forming is bloom, right? So that's what is the bloom. Okay, so now on this side I'll be keeping more caramine, right? More caramine and less blue. You can mix all these things directly on the palette and then put it on paper. I just feel comfortable doing directly because it's been long time I'm doing this, right? So yeah, so don't shy away from doing it on the palette. It's perfectly all right, and actually one should do that only. Okay, so more red and less blue, the reddish purple, and for this one it would be less red and more blue. Okay, okay. That's it. So the color wheel is complete. Okay, now we'll just learn some concepts about it. Now before we go further ahead, what I want you to do is divide the color wheel into two parts. So the line from the left of the 12th triangle and right of the 6th one, just draw the center line. Okay, the center line, and then so everything on the right, okay, everything on the right of this line becomes as warm colors because they are more on the red or yellow side, okay, and everything on the left of this color wheel becomes cool colors. Okay, now the triangle 1 4 not 4 sorry 2 yeah, so 2 6 and 10, so 2 6 and 10 are your secondary colors. All other remaining becomes your tertiary. Okay. Then you have complementary colors. The complementary colors are colors opposite to each other on the color wheel, right? So the opposite of red is green. So 4 and 10, 5 and 11, 8 and 2, So 2 and 8, and then yellow and purple, everyone knows. So 6 and 12. So it's just an idea, right? So colors opposite on wheel are complementary colors. ठीक है? So this is the complementary colors. Okay. Now this is all what we get. Now what happens when you mix complementary colors, right? So for example, let's do an example over here. So I will take my red, okay, and I will take green, right? So if I mix both of them together, it will form what? Muddy color. Okay. So complementary colors mixed together equal to earthy tones. There will be different shades of earthy tone depending upon which complementary color you are mixing together, so they will give you earthy tones. Okay. Now what happens? So what happens when I mix red plus blue plus yellow? It will give me black color. Condition, you are applying everything in the same ratio. Okay. So this is all about the color wheel. Okay. This is what I have done here as well. So if you know more about anything like color wheel that we should be talking about, please drop your suggestions in the color comment box, and then let's see, discuss together and help each other out in growing and knowing more about watercolors and color theory. Okay, that's it for today. Ta-ra guys, see you in my next class where we'll be learning more about tonal values of the color and maybe make a monochromatic landscape using those tonal values. So bye for now. Thanks for watching. Hit the like, subscribe, like this video, hit the subscribe button so that you're not missing any of my further videos, and then let me know your suggestions in the comment box if you feel like that I should be covering this particular topic. I know there's a lot of content available, but still, if you like my teaching style, just let me know what I should be making next video on, and I'll be creating that video for you guys. Bye bye.